Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer. All right, today we are diving headfirst into a topic that is absolutely unavoidable online right now. I'm talking about the massive hype around AI and passive income. You know the drill. People everywhere are claiming AI is sparking this brand new wave of effortless wealth. Well, today we're going to demystify all of that. We're looking at a fantastic source experiment called the 7-Day AI Business Experiment, where a creator actually decided to put these grand claims to the test in a fully documented way.
I mean, how many times have you seen a post making a claim exactly like this? Built a store in days and made thousands of dollars almost automatically. We are constantly bombarded with these wild, seemingly effortless wealth promises on social media. And look, it creates this false expectation, right? That all you got to do is click a few buttons, let some algorithm do its thing, and suddenly, boom, you're generating an incredible passive income stream while you sleep. It is incredibly tempting to believe, isn't it?
But is it actually that simple? Honestly, that's the exact question our source material set out to answer. So instead of just taking the internet's word for it, the creator wanted to test this firsthand. They gave themselves exactly 7 days to launch an AI-powered online business and see whether it could, realistically generate income. If they failed to hit their target, they promised to just accept the result and share exactly what went down. It's such a great hook, and it completely pulls us out of the hype sphere and into a grounded, real-world challenge.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the setup, setting the ground rules.
Now, to make sure we got a realistic outcome here, this wasn't just some free-for-all. They set 3 very specific, rigorous rules. Rule 1, AI had to guide every major business decision. This wasn't about human intuition at all. It was literally about testing the machine. Rule 2, they had to stay on a strict, limited budget with most of that money reserved purely for advertising. And Rule 3, which honestly is why this whole explainer is so valuable for us, document everything honestly. I'm talking every single win, every mistake, and all the real numbers. No fluff, just the raw data.
Moving right along to Section 2, the build, speeding up the process.
This timeline brilliantly shows how AI can just compress what used to take weeks of grueling manual labor into mere days. Look at this schedule. Day 1, they tackled niche selection. Day 2 was totally dedicated to setting up the store. By day 3, they jumped right into product research. And hitting day 4, they were already executing on branding. I mean, what used to take days of just setup and design can now be executed at lightning speed with AI tools. It completely shatters the traditional roadblocks of building an e-commerce business.
So how exactly did they pull off day 1? Well, instead of just guessing what might sell, they relied on hard data. They looked at products getting attention online and gathered ideas from current trends. Then they basically fed that list to the AI to analyze and mathematically suggest the strongest possible category. No gut feelings here. They let the actual market signals dictate the entire direction. And the result of that complex AI analysis? The winning category was pets.
Once that pet niche was locked in, automation stepped up to do the heavy lifting, basically making the store feel trustworthy in a matter of seconds. They used AI to automatically build out the structure and organize the store's pages. Then, leaning on AI-assisted product research, they picked specific pet products based entirely on current market interest. After that, AI was deployed again to optimize the titles and descriptions, so the whole thing looks super professional and customer-friendly. Finally, for the branding, AI stepped in to generate ideas for the store name, the visuals, and the overall identity. Seriously, in just days, a fully functional, professional-looking brand was just pulled out of thin air.
Now, let's slow things down a bit for Section 3, the reality check, chasing the traffic.
Because, as incredible as that rapid build phase was, a beautifully built AI store means absolutely nothing if no one actually visits it, right? The expectation you hear from all these online gurus is instant, automatic traffic and massive daily sales the literal second you hit launch. But the reality? Oh man, it is slow, grueling, and entirely dependent on actual consumer behavior. As the source thoroughly documented, the reality was ignored products, failed short-form ads, and a massive, massive struggle just to get clicks. The lightning speed of AI generation suddenly just smacked right into the brick wall of human attention spans.
So, to get over this hurdle, their marketing strategy required some serious, relentless effort. The creator had to start testing multiple different versions of AI-generated content and short-form ads. Now, these ads were carefully designed by AI to look natural and engaging, sure. But predicting human behavior? That is definitely not an exact science. So multiple versions had to be created, launched, and just relentlessly tested against each other to see what actually connected with real people. And honestly, Some products were completely ignored, lots of ads were total failures.
But as is often the case when you actually put in the work with diligent testing and optimization, the persistence paid off. Like the creator noted in their honest documentation, but eventually a few started converting. Orders finally started coming in. You can just feel the tension of the launch phase finally breaking. The AI-generated ads found their audience, those market signals proved accurate, and tangible, real-world orders finally began hitting the dashboard.
Okay, let's move to our final part and see how this all builds to the ultimate bottom line. Section 4, the final verdict, revenue versus reality.
So, the million-dollar question, did it actually work as a business? Well, when we break down the financials, a crucial difference emerges between top-line revenue and actual profit, showing us exactly where the money leaks out. On one hand, we've got the exciting revenue, the initial sales numbers that looked absolutely fantastic on paper when those orders first started rolling in, hitting around $500. But then we hit the hidden costs. We have to factor in the advertising spend it took to get those clicks, the platform fees just for hosting the store, and of course, the actual product expenses. When you subtract all of that, you are left with the final profit. And wow, a top-line revenue of $500 gets whittled all the way down to a net profit of barely $12. It tells a completely different, much smaller story, doesn't it?
I think the biggest lesson from this entire experiment is summarized perfectly right here. Make no mistake, AI is an incredibly powerful assistant. It speeds up the process tremendously. It massively reduces manual work, and it is totally excellent at generating ideas and structuring a brand. But you really need to look at those last 2 points. AI does not replace business strategy, and it certainly does not replace the need for testing or patience. You still absolutely have to put in the hard work to find your audience and optimize your approach.
So we return to our core question. Could this AI-generated project actually become a real sustainable business? Well, the answer from the source material is possibly. With more time, a lot more testing, and further optimization, it absolutely has potential. But that narrative of instant, effortless, easy money that we talked about at the very beginning of this explainer, yeah, it's fundamentally flawed. It is a total myth. It takes real, focused work to turn AI's output into actual profit.
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly provocative thought straight from the source material. Knowing what you know now, really understanding the true capabilities of AI to build rapidly, but balancing that against the harsh reality of marketing, testing, and actual profit margins, if you were starting an AI business today, what would you build? Take these realistic lessons, apply them to your own passions, and see exactly where the technology can take you. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.